We'll move right to item number 11, which is the annual report of the Senior Advisory Committee. And I believe Flory Green's going to give it this evening.
Good evening. I'm Flory Green, representing the San Bruno Senior Advisory Board. John is going to be doing the visuals for me. Okay, well, here's the front, which shows a lot of the things that we do at the Senior Center. We have one of the most varied programs anywhere, and a lot of people take advantage of all of the things that we have to offer, from billiards to bingo, and lots of good food, according to our members, and the bocce ball, which is very, very popular. These are the members of our advisory board. Going from left to right is myself, Elisa Giraldi, Dorothy Carmichael. In the bottom row, Ken Kriesel, Bill Goff, our chairman, Barbara Luzeish, our vice chair, and Ellen Dolany, who is not in the picture, unfortunately, but she's here in person. Raise your hand, Ellen. So, which is better than on a picture. Okay, next. Okay, we are a very, very welcoming community center, as you can see by the number of attendants that we have. Our participation continues to grow every year. Year to date, we already have reached 70,222 this year, and we continue to maintain a high level of participation, which seems to increase every year. As I mentioned before, our meals are very good. Our nutrition staff consistently provides balanced and tasty meals to all of our participants. And again, the meals served, we've reached almost 22,000 already this year. It's a very vibrant program and enjoyed by most. Transportation needs is one of the very, very important services that we offer. Our ridership is up quite a bit from the 2011-2012 period. And in the last 2 years, we've seen a marked increase in ridership. This service is vital in making it possible for otherwise homebound seniors to get out of the house and to get some human contact and healthy meals. Every day I hear comments about how grateful they are that they are able to get out of the house, because being home alone and old and perhaps sick is no fun. So this is a great service that the community offers. Human services assistance, again, is very important, as many seniors have many questions. This year we've answered over 800 calls and in-person inquiries for assistance of all kinds with housing, employment, insurance, and various other service referrals. We get questions about every conceivable subject, and our referral assistance is a great help to the members of the community who many times don't know where to get that help. As I mentioned, we have a very, very varied program. There's more programs than even are listed there. These are our most popular ones. The bingo, I happen to work on the bingo program, and I'm always astonished at the great joy that people get out of playing bingo 3 or 4 and sometimes 5 days a week. We have regulars that go different places, but they always come to us because they say it's the best. The aerobics classes also, including Zumba, which is something new, is fantastic. The classes have a huge participation, and it's just great fun to see people of our age or the seniors' age, that they can move so well, so fast, and have such a ball doing it. It is really invigorating to see the aerobics class for folks that are sometimes 80, and I think our oldest participant is 93. So it's great fun to watch from my perspective. And as you can see, the bingo is our biggest participatory item, and all the others go up each year as well. The kitchen, I've mentioned a little bit, a couple of times before. A lot of it is done by volunteers. We have over 200 active volunteers in every aspect of our services who've given us a total of over 26,000 hours in 2012-2013. We have our nutrition volunteers, some of whom are shown here, the receptionists, sports volunteers, bingo volunteers, and people who arrange and manage our trips, which are great fun and enjoyed by all. Accomplishments for the year. This is something that is really good to see. We've had a lot. In this last year, we had acquired a new sound system for the multipurpose room, which was donated by the Senior Endowment Fund. Excuse me. We have recommended and introduced new classes and programs. The Friday Zumba, which is really well received. We had a program on fall prevention and rethinking your retirement, both of which were well attended. Our participation in all our sports increases all the time, and it includes bocce ball, horseshoes, softball, ping pong, and I guess billiards, if you consider that a sport. I don't know. The computer club is the computer club has also attracted more and more members. They give special presentations, present classes, and one-on-one help to people who need it, and that's very much enjoyed by some of us who are not as technologically wise as some of our younger folk. We have also developed a fixed route for the senior center bus as part of a grant requirement, and as I've mentioned before, that is so important to get our people out. So I think we're doing very well and have accomplished a lot. Nevertheless, next slide. Nevertheless, we have more goals for the coming year. We are recommending a replacement of the sound mixer that we have to accept more current technologies that everybody now has, and that would be very helpful. We're also recommending a purchase of a photocopier. Ours is 12 years old and not as effective as it should or could be, so we hope to get that this year. And in addition, we continue to evaluate the existing programs and recommend new ones to respond to member needs. We have suggestions at our meetings, and we try to abide by those and see what we can do. So in addition, I would just like to add my many thanks to the senior staff who make everything run so smoothly. We have John Olita, our Assistant Community Service Director, Susan Mersney, who is the Supervisor of Information and Referral, and she's got her hands full. Mary Tessier, Recreation Service, and in charge of all the recreational programs, the sports and so forth. And Gloria Dieter, who is our Nutrition Program Chair and does an absolutely fabulous job. Are there any questions?
Any questions of Flory?
Yes.
Ken?
Flory, thank God you didn't mention me as your council liaison, because I've been a terrible liaison. But I do want, I do have a few months to make that up. But I do want to, impress upon, it's amazing what goes on here and the amount of volunteer hours and the activities, and it's not even arguable that this is the best senior center in the county. But what I know is that there are some concerns about the facilities, and so is your advisory board considering long-term plans as far as general maintenance? And I bring this up because every time I see Coach Ken out there, he's got a concern about that bocce ball court. So yeah, I know there's no major undertakings, but I mean, and you're taking care of things, you know, and thank God the kitchen equipment's working well. But I know that it's, you know, that there has to be some concern about certain things, and so that's something that I'd like to discuss with, you know, with the advisory board, you know, in the coming months.
There are a couple of things that have come up and that we are working on, such as the benches and the bocce ball court, I think has been brought up. But I'll defer to John to answer this more thoroughly.
Thanks, Lori. We routinely entertain the requests of the members at the meeting, and the concerns that you've mentioned that Ken has talked about, we have referred to facility staff. They have done an assessment of the court and some of the benches on the deck outside, and so they are putting it into their work product processes to make sure that we accomplish that during the year. In terms of some of the capital equipment, I have been preparing a list of all the large capital equipment that we do have here in the senior center, along with its purchase date and its age, so that we can address needs sort of as they're, or before they become a problem. And the advisory board as well, who recommend expenditures from the trust fund, have been very aware of that, and so we hope that as these things arise, we will be coming forward with recommendations. And but we certainly, I think the advisory board would welcome some more conversation with you.
Good. Anyone else? Well, Flory, thank you very much
You're welcome.
from the council for your report. I think you should take up billiards, actually.
Maybe.
And, you know, the senior center is, in fact, a community within the community, so you do a wonderful job.
It's a
Thank you
great
very
place.
much.